telehealth. It connects patients with doctors and other healthcare professionals. This service is key, especially in rural or underserved areas of the country. Captain Heather Damaris is here to explain why telehealth is such a success story. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.
Telehealth has been quite a game changer for sure.
It really is. So we're talking about all kinds of services, but in particular behavioral health. Why is this so important and why is it a success story?
Well, telebehavioral health services, or services you can get for mental health or behavioral health care over telehealth technology, has been so incredibly important, especially over the last several years. We've seen out of all the mental health care service appointments, over half of them are taking place virtually through telehealth now. And it just goes to show how incredibly effective telehealth appointments can be for mental health or behavioral health services.
So I know, we talk about this. It's a headline. It's the subject of many talk shows and discussions about the stigma of seeking mental health services, getting that care. How does this particular service help ramp that down?
Well, what we see is patients that didn't have access to behavioral health services for decades in rural or frontier communities needed to access telehealth technology. And then over the last several years, what we've also seen is the expansion of telehealth and more people using telebehavioral health services because they don't have to walk into their local community, even if their provider is local, because of the stigma that was associated with behavioral health or mental health appointments. Sometimes they wouldn't go to their appointments. And so now that we've switched where telebehavioral health appointments are available to patients, those that were concerned with the stigma of somebody maybe seeing them walk into the in-person appointment no longer is there. They can have the appointment within the privacy of their own home, within the comfort of their own home. And for many behavioral health services, we see the health outcomes for telehealth appointments being the same as those health outcomes as they would get in person. So it's really just such a great success model. We have a lot more information available for your audience members too on telehealth.hhs.gov with lots of examples of how they can use telebehavioral health services for maybe any type of services that they may need.
Well, one of the questions we always have when we use services like this is it secure and safe?
Such an important question. In this day and age, we always need to make sure that we keep our information and our healthcare information private and secure. Patients can turn to telehealth.hhs.gov to learn what the Department of Health and Human Services is doing to help keep their information safe, as well as things they can do to keep their information safe and not to fall, prey to some of the cyber attack and hacking strategies that are out there, like phishing. Also, for healthcare providers, they are required to use private platforms whenever they're engaging in telehealth services. And so that's a requirement and regulation that's already established to make sure that the healthcare appointments that are happening continue to be private and there are not privacy concerns, but making sure that all of us are very aware and conscientious that there are bad players out there. So making sure that we know what we have to do to keep our information private is very important.
Captain Damaris, thank you so much for all this important information.
You are very welcome. Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be back with more local lifestyles right after this message. Stay with us.